How's it going, everybody?
Wow, you're great. What a great TV star.
Woo!
So I'm blessed to have Heinz, your last name is?
Thomas-Vital.
Heinz Thomas-Vital?
Yep.
Middle name and last name?
Heinz Jessie Thomas-Vital.
Heinz Jessie Thomas-Vital. Vitality.
Yeah.
Jesse means he who will save us.
Mm-hmm.
And Thomas means twin of Jesus.
Oh, I got a pretty good name.
Yes,
I never
you got quite a
knew
name.
that.
And I'm Michael Koran. Welcome to AHA. You probably know what it stands for, yes?
Yep. A human beyond.
A human among humans.
Among humans. There we go.
I'm learning, Heinz. I think you know. I am learning how to be a human among humans.
I'm definitely.
So Heinz has just come back from a trip to Europe. For how long?
2 weeks.
With your family.
Yep.
And you survived.
And I survived. Yep. It was a long time with my family. I love my family, but but overall the trip was really good. I'd definitely do it again. It was a good time for all.
And who was there?
My mother, her husband, my sister, and my cousin.
And what inspired them to, your mother, her husband, your sister, and a cousin?
Mm-hmm.
5 people.
Yeah.
And what inspired them to go?
My mom is all about just spontaneous travel. So,
Wow.
yeah, and she always wanted to go to Venice, like, when she was, like, much younger. So she was just like, yeah, let's just go to Europe and, let's plan a trip to...
Oh, just like that?
Yeah, sort of like that. I remember the day, like, she mentioned it. I honestly didn't really think it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because it was, like, she brought it up and, like, normally when we're planning trips, it's never just like that. But she just brought it up. She was like, yeah, we should go to London and Paris. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd love to go. I've never been, really. I'd love to see the... So what did you see did you visit London?
Yeah.
Where did you visit?
We visited the Big Ben, London Bridge, which is like just a regular bridge. They have a bunch of bridges there. And then their equivalent to like the White House, like where the Queen stays or whatever.
Yeah.
And they have like funny soldiers like walking around and like marching and stuff.
Yes.
Let's see what else.
Did you see any plays?
Plays, no. No plays. We did go to like I guess like the downtown type of like area.
Yeah.
It was really packed. It's a lot of people. It's kind of gross. Yeah, I didn't like the amount of people that like. It's a really big place, but somehow it's crowded everywhere you go.
Like Manhattan.
Yeah, literally like Manhattan.
Oh.
So it was just not a good time with that. But overall, it was.
Well, what about the food?
Food in London. What did I eat? The food was okay.
Yeah, they're not known for food.
Yeah, it was like, it was food, you know.
Whereas Paris
was different. I think the first thing I had when I got to Paris was like squid.
Wow, I've never had the courage.
Yeah, I had squid because my mom was like, ew, you're gonna eat squid, and I was like, well, they cooked it. This, like, it's edible. I doubt that they purposely try to feed me something that doesn't taste good.
No.
Yeah. So.
And you liked it? It was okay.
It was good. I got it twice.
Wow.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
And you like Paris better than London?
Yeah.
What else did you do in Paris?
In Paris, we went to see the Eiffel Tower twice, like we seen it in the day. And
did you go up it, or?
Yeah, we did go up it.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was crazy. We didn't go all the way up, but we went like halfway, and that was like a good time. What else did we do? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Oh, we got on this boat we got on this boat that like, you know, shows you everything along the river. We walked around a lot. It was a lot of also just like kind of sightseeing the areas that we were in and just kind of enjoying that. So, yeah.
And then you went to Italy.
And then we went to Italy. We went to 3 places in Italy. Venice, Florence, and Rome.
Oh, I wanted to visit Florence.
Florence is beautiful.
So you went to museums?
Yes, we did. We went. Oh, that's what we did in Paris as well. We went to the Louvre in Paris.
Gee.
And seen the Mona Lisa,
What'd you think?
It's a tiny picture.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's like this big.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty tiny. So, yeah, it was interesting. I like the rest of the art more.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Are you an artist?
I'd like to call myself an artist. Yeah.
You draw and paint, or?
Not often, but I have like very minor drawing abilities.
Wow.
I'd like to learn more. I think it's like a thing that I want to try and like just draw.
The Cambridge Center has classes.
I might check it out. Like free classes?
No, I think you could get a scholarship, but it would still have to pay probably.
Okay.
But there might be free online courses.
Probably, yeah. I learned most of my stuff like watching YouTube videos, and they're just like, yeah, this is how. And I'm just trying to like soak in as much information as possible. So like, I gain different methods to everything I'm trying to do.
And do you do video here?
Video, yeah. I do a lot of like video. Yeah, you know, it's a CCTV. That's what we do, just video work. So
what kind of video do you do here?
For CCTV, I do like promotional things mostly. I play like a happy or like crazy kooky person, and it's like normally to like promote something or.
Oh, so you acted out?
Yeah, I acted out.
So you could do that for AHA. Hi.
Sort of, yeah. If you needed like a character, I could totally turn into a different person, and then.
Let's do one now, no?
Like right now?
Yes.
All right, like I normally like props too, but.
What do we have? I have my book bag.
Your book bag.
Yep.
You have sunglasses?
No. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I don't think so. Maybe. I should, because the sun sometimes blinds me. But no, it's not good. Thank you for reminding me.
Well, there you go for the future.
Yes, so we don't have a great prop of mask. Oh, well. So my book bag is my best prop here.
I think, let's see. Because I totally could get into character.
Oh, go for it.
It's like, all right, yeah. All right, screw it. All right. Hey, what's up, dude?
Weather's still cold.
It sure is. It was cold when I was winning that hockey game. I'm Todd Pence.
Oh my, I don't know who you are, but it sounds like you're important.
I'm better than LeBron, dude.
No.
Yeah. I won the amazing hockey game back in high school. I was 18 years old when I took 3 championships at once.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must be something special.
I am.
You are something
I am. You got that right.
Okay, good to know. Todd Pence.
Yeah.
Well, live and learn.
That's that. Yeah. I don't know. That probably was like kind of cruddy, but like when I make videos, I just come up with like names.
Now, how will we promote AHA? A human among humans.
Well, let me know. What kind of promotion do you?
No, I trust you to come up with a character.
You want me to come up with one?
It stands for a human among humans.
Human among humans?
There's a famous Roman sentence from a Roman playwright. I am human, therefore nothing human is alien to me. You name it, I've got it. I'm angelic, I'm demonic, I'm sadistic, I'm generous, all the traits of all human beings I can find in me. That's in some ways a little, so a human among humans means there's nobody above us and nobody beneath us. We are
one.
We are the pirate. We are the little girl who's raped by the pirate. We are the fly. We are the frog. We're everybody and maybe everything. So how would we promote the show with that as our understanding?
I guess like if we're doing like a video about it, like something more positive, right?
We could be angelic.
We can be angelic, and then we could also
generous and kind and loving.
Yeah,
it's all in us. Our better angels and our worst angels. Even you probably have good and bad angels.
I definitely do. I turn into a different person when I'm playing like video games. Yeah. It's really bad. Like I like to, you know, talk about like, oh yeah, you know, you gotta stay relaxed, and you know, like these things happen, but it's not gonna help anyone if you sit here and be upset about it. And I swear I won't let a lot of things in like real life upset me.
But video games.
But if I'm playing a certain video game, I'd like genuinely start freaking out. It's kind of like really bad.
What game?
Like 2K. It's a basketball game, and
so how you have to teach me, because I'm ignorant of that. I play basketball.
Yes.
But I don't know what 2K is. What do they do in 2K?
So it's literally just it's NBA basketball but turned into a video game. So you can so you play as teams that exist in real life.
Yeah.
But because it's a video game, there's some things that you can do that just is like ridiculous and not like real basketball. So me as a basketball fan, knowing that fact, I actively play the game while also knowing that like I'm not gonna get what I want out of it. So then I get frustrated when I'm not getting that.
And you play yourself, or it was against somebody?
It was my friends that got me into it. Like,
no, but do you both? Are you on opposite teams, or you just play it alone?
Oh yeah, when we're playing against each other and we're both like, and me and any of my friends that play, if we're playing against each other and like, it's known that this is competitive to both of us, we're both talking smack to each other. So then like, at the end of the day, one of us is gonna be like really upset.
Could somebody win?
Yeah.
How do you win?
You just gotta outscore them.
And how do you score on a video game? I know how you do it on a basketball court.
It's like pretty much it's the same like shots, but you gotta, you know, you're pressing square to shoot the ball. So it's like there's dunks, layups, you know, post fades, post hooks,
Jeez.
all that. Yeah.
And sometimes they go in and sometimes they don't?
And sometimes they don't. And
is there any skill, or is it all just...
There's skill, but there's also an insane amount of luck, which I guess you can say is a thing in real basketball as well, but...
It sounds like more luck than skill in this game.
A little bit, yeah.
But you get into it?
I get into it.
And you play basketball?
Yep.
Oh, I do. I'm 82 now. So I play against my young woman friend who's a mere 58. She'll be a young one. And she beats me now because I have trouble seeing. My strength is gone.
Yeah.
We play, instead of horse, which I'm sure you played, we play love, L-O-V-E. I've won one game out of 20. But I have more fun playing with her. I love the game, but I have even more fun playing with her than I had when I had more ability.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to, you know, because I don't want to play anything that's gonna like get me upset like that. Like I don't want to let that be just what I'm doing. So, like, you know, if 2K is getting on my nerves or Smash, I just simply like put it down.
What is Smash?
Smash.
Smash.
Yeah, Smash Brothers Ultimate. It's a game with all like Nintendo characters and like other video game characters, and they fight each other.
Jeez.
Yeah, and you gotta. The goal is to knock someone out of the arena. So, if you can knock them out like 3 times, then you win.
And there's some skill involved.
There is skill involved.
I should play one before I die.
You definitely should.
Maybe I should play one video game with you before I die.
I will bring my video game and we can play that.
Yeah, maybe after a show.
Yeah,
I would love to.
I'm down. Yeah. Totally down.
Okay, so this is just warm up.
Warm up.
We're now, according to my friend Sarah, Heinz is one of the most coolest people she's ever met.
I am pretty cool.
Yes.
I don't know.
So she's not wrong. Watching this and posting it on YouTube, if it's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
And if you don't want to, so I told her we would be doing, and I told you, the European journey for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to guide us through the journey of your life. So number 1, born where?
Boston.
Where in Boston?
It's the hospital that's right across the bridge. Like,
It's not Boston Medical, is it?
I think it is.
But there's MGH is just across the bridge. Mass General.
Okay, no, yeah, it's Mass General.
Oh, it's a good hospital.
Yeah.
And you were living where when you were born?
Pond Place on what's the street called? Oh my God, Putnam Ave.
And here in Cambridge?
Here in Cambridge, yeah.
Oh, you went to MGH to do it, right? And what is your first memory?
Let's see. My first memory. I remember eating a penny once when I was like very small, like a baby. I ate a penny, and then like my mom found it so funny that I like eventually pooped out the penny.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, she found that funny, but that's one of my first memories.
Oh my.
Just that.
That's nicer than mine. And you went to school where? Probably Martin Luther King School?
Yes. Yeah.
First it was kindergarten?
From kindergarten to 5th grade.
And at least that might be a good school, was it?
It was really good, and then my 3rd grade year, right after my 3rd grade year, they started, breaking it down. The old school I used to go to. It's still a school, but they just redid the building.
Yes, I remember.
So they broke it down, and then they moved me to the school that's on on Broadway.
Oh, I know the name of it, but I forget.
Yeah, they moved us there.
That's a big. Well, and how was that?
That was okay. I still had all my friends at that point,
Oh my!
like with me. That was the cool part about King School, that I'm going into each grade with the same people.
Oh,
so it's like there's I don't have to do any moving around to
And now you couldn't walk to school too, right?
Yep.
You couldn't walk to the other school, right?
Martin Luther King.
No, the one that they transferred you to.
So by the time that they transferred me, funny enough, we actually moved to Prospect Street.
Oh, so you were closer.
So we were closer, yeah.
Prospect and
Prospect and what?
What was the cross street? Do you remember?
Oh, Prospect and Broadway.
Oh, it was right near the school.
Yeah, it was right near the school.
Oh my! How was that move?
That move was really nice because we were coming from an apartment, and then that was us moving into a house.
Well, you bought a house in Cambridge?
Yeah, my mom got a house.
Wow!
Yeah, it's still crazy to this day.
Well, that was worth a fortune.
Probably, yeah.
And you're still living there?
And we're still living there, yeah.
And you're on Prospect Street. Is it noisy?
Not really, because our house is like in the back of a driveway, which I can appreciate that.
This is huge. What does your mom do for a living?
She's retired. She used to work at Harvard, but now she's a bank teller.
What did she do at Harvard?
I don't exactly know.
Oh.
Yeah, like she sat on a computer all day. I know that. That's something from my memories.
That's hard. Yes.
Like sitting under her desk while she was like on a computer doing something.
That's a nice memory.
Yeah.
And you have brothers and sisters?
I have. On my father's side, I have more brothers and sisters. From my mother, I have one sister, and counting my foster brothers and sisters, I've had many foster brothers and sisters over the years.
And foster means that they were adopted?
Somewhat. They just lived with us for a little bit of time until their parents or their family members were able to come back into their lives.
Boy, your mom did a lot.
Yeah.
And was that hard to meet all these new kids? Or?
Not really. I mean, yeah, my mom, she like told me from the beginning once my mom's real big about helping people, so once we got the house, she was like, yeah, I'm gonna do foster care. I'm gonna do foster care. We're gonna help foster children and such. And then like she went through with it, and I was like, okay, that was her plan from the beginning. So
wow, I'm very touched. So you had dinner with all these people. Some of them are strangers.
Yeah.
And you made friends with them, or?
Yeah. I've known a lot of them for like a couple of years at a time.
Oh, and then they move out on.
Yeah.
Do you stay in touch at all? Or?
Yeah,
I do.
I still talk to my mom's still in contact with him, and sometimes I'll talk to him. But I had a foster brother when I was 10 years old, and his name's JJ, and he came when he was 5, and then he left around when he was like 10 or 11, and now I am 20 years old, and he is approaching 15. I think.
You're his big brother.
Yeah.
Oh my. And you like him?
Yeah, he was pretty cool. They get on your nerves like a sibling would. When you're living with like someone, they get on your nerves, but then like when they're gone, you're like, I kind of miss him.
Oh my.
Yeah.
And when you were growing up, did you have a dream of what you would like to be?
Like a realistic, like adult dream? Not really.
Oh, and no one was pushing you to be anybody.
Not really. No. I guess like school was the only thing that they were kind of like, oh yeah, Heinz, you should really make sure you do that. But it was like nothing really like past school, so I never really had anything that I was like, I want to be this. So a lot of my like childhood was like me like saying to myself, when I grow up, I'm gonna become Batman. That's the most logical. That's the most logical path in my life.
I see.
Yeah.
So now you're only 20.
Yeah.
So you could, and you graduated high school, Cambridge, Ringe and Latin.
Yep.
Did you like high school? Not really. It doesn't seem you did.
I had like Ringe is a really good school, but then like it's got some things that like really frustrate me. Like I can say for the most part I did enjoy it, because when you're like a teenager, you're doing like a bunch of stupid stuff for yourself, and then
Such as
like getting into like dumb relationships. Like I got into my first relationship around that time, and that was really rough.
Well, what made it rough?
Just the type of person that I was with. She was very like selfish and like rude. There was a lot of like negative energy, but then it was like hidden behind like like random spurts of kindness. So,
That was me.
yeah, you think, oh yeah, no, this is fine. This is alright.
Is this your first relationship?
That was my first relationship.
How old were you?
I was 16.
Oh my, sweet 16.
Yeah.
How long did that last?
Like under a year.
Oh, that was a good amount of time. And then how does it end?
It ended in like not gonna go into details. Just really ugly, like just like breakup around December.
Oh.
And then like I kind of broke out of my shell of like social stuff, and now I'm kind of back in the shell. But we can talk about that later. But I broke out of that shell, and I started to get out there more. And I mean, I didn't find another like partner until like years later, but now eventually I'm with my current girlfriend, and she's amazing.
Oh my, it's a huge thing to say.
Yeah.
How long has this been?
It's been a little over a year.
That's really something though to say, mate, because relationships are hard.
Yeah.
Especially with other people.
Yeah, they are. They can be. But yeah, I mean, there's moments, but like it's nothing like what I had to deal with before, and even with some people that I wasn't in a relationship with, like even they were like just kind of just like horrible people. Like I guess like me getting out there at the time kind of like helped develop like the type of person that I wanted to be, because I'd meet these people and I'd be like, I do not like how you are.
Wow.
And like the things you do. And
what would be one example of things they do and how they are?
let me see. Because it's been so long. I also like, it's the weird part about my memory. I'm really good at like making myself forget things.
Oh. Good to know.
Yeah, it's kind of bad, but there was this one girl I used to talk to who would like, I also won't go into detail for this, but like every once in a while she'd like text me and be like try and come back into my life, and then like lead me on in a sort of way, making me think it would end into like we are like dating or something, and then it would not be that, and then she would do something that was like really like immature, like hanging out with other guys or whatever, and just kind of like showing that off. So yeah, just like behavior like that, I was just like, oh yeah, no, this is gross and weird. Or like people that didn't really, like, you can tell they didn't really they didn't really have any plans for themselves, or what else? I had another thing to say about that. Oh yeah, I also didn't, I hated, because a lot of people my age, you meet people either in person or through text. A lot of it's through text. Even if it is through text, if they were boring texters, and if they didn't put as much energy as I put in, then it was just like, all right, yeah, we don't gotta talk, goodbye. So yeah, those are a couple of examples of that.
And how was the academics?
In school, they were decent, and that was only because I didn't like apply myself, which I guess is like my only regret when it comes to like school and stuff. I think I could have did a lot better. I used to kind of like brush it off, and then I'd be playing my video game at that time.
So you weren't excited about learning anything beside the video game?
that's the weird thing. I was excited.
About?
I was excited about like certain things in school.
Oh, such as?
I loved math.
Wow.
Yeah, I really did like math like a lot, because that was the easiest one for me. Like whenever we were learning something, it was never like I was actually learning it. I already like kind of got it, so I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be easy. And then
And that includes algebra?
yeah,
Good for you.
I had a pretty easy time until we went like online, and then like because I liked paper. I liked doing like my math on paper.
Yes.
So when we went to online, and then a lot of our homeworks were like the same format of the paper, but it was on the laptop. So they wanted you to write your numbers with the mouse. I was like, I don't want to do that. That's dumb to me. So, but other than that, like I did like math a lot, and science I thought was really cool, because I was like, I want to understand how.
Wow, that's a lot. You were in the labs, and
Yeah.
what do you remember doing in the labs?
In chemistry, I remember there was a couple of times where like, because the teacher knew like to get most kids' attention, like you set things on fire and you like make things blow up. So, yeah, there was a couple of like moments where things got on fire and blew up. It was one time like we went to like this lab to do a DNA test of like where our like some of us came from, and only like a few of us went on that like small field trip, but that was cool.
That was it. So you found out where you came from?
Sort of. I didn't retain the information as well as I should have at the time. But it was definitely like I still liked the trip. I just wasn't like I remember vividly. I think about this a lot. Like we were there, and then like we got our results, whatever, and then like the teacher has the results on the computer, and she's telling everyone who cares to like know like where they're from, and my teacher, she's telling me my haploid group and all this stuff, if I remember the terms like correctly. She's telling me that, and then I'm like, okay, and I like quickly write it, like jot it down, and then I kind of just leave. But I remember like when I did that, I wasn't like completely like catching every like word and like or letter and number she said. So I think I put the wrong stuff down. So I have the information somewhere in like my notes or something and on my phone, but I don't think it's the right stuff.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to know.
Yeah. But I think it was pretty cool. I think it was something with like, oh, I think it was like, yeah, you're from one of the first like human groups in Africa or something. So yeah, it was some pretty cool stuff.
Oh my, like 3 million years ago, you and Lucy.
Yeah.
Lucy could be your mom.
That could be my mom.
Wow. So, and you graduate high school.
Graduate, yep.
And did you do any? You didn't do any of the theater there. They have a lot big on theater.
I didn't do theater. I was in the film class.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I did 2 years of that, and then
That sounds exciting.
it was really good. I had a good time, but I hear nowadays they don't even touch cameras now. But I liked it a lot. I got a lot of like one of like my favorite things like done in that class. Like I think some of the stuff I made there was absolutely like hilarious.
That's huge. That's a great education to play with stuff like that.
Yeah.
And all along you had a phone, a smartphone?
They gave us like actual like film cameras to use during the. But yeah, actually no. You know what? No, you're right. For one of the projects that I had to do, it was during quarantine, so I did have to film with my phone, and I made it in a day with my friend Xavier, and then he made a song for that film in one day, and it was like, that video is hilarious. I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds, tell me if I'm not getting this, that both high school and elementary school were at least okay, if not better.
Yeah, at least okay, I'd say that. Yeah.
And you graduated not too long ago. When was that?
2021.
Oh, so it's just been 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
And you've been working at CCTV?
Yes.
And what made you apply here?
So I signed up for a program called Next Step because I didn't want to go to college, especially because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yes.
So I applied to Next Step, and then Next Step was, they do their interview and they get to know you, and the whole a point of Next Step is like, we're gonna see what you like, and we're also gonna introduce you to all these other things that are jobs.
What a great program.
Yeah, it was really
called Next Step.
Next Up, yeah.
Is it just in Cambridge, or is it all over the country?
I think it's just in Cambridge, but I do hope to expand one day, because I would talk to my friends that live in Worcester and be like, I really wish they had this for y'all over there.
That is beautiful. So you graduate and you go into Next Step, and they try to place you in some work.
Yeah, and they were like, oh yeah, Heinz, I know you really like video, so I think we know the place for you. And they didn't say where yet, but I had an impression, and then eventually I end up at CCTV.
Great. How long have you been here?
Well, like a little bit. I think maybe a year now. Yeah, maybe a year. I think.
And you like it here?
Yep.
So, what other plans?
I want to push myself to make more, just create more while I'm still here. I still have this, I have all this, access to all this stuff. So I want to create more because I feel like I just haven't. So I want to, like I said, create more, focus on myself and building myself, and also kind of what's the word? I want to discipline myself, so I kind of stop, because I hate procrastinating. I hate when I do that, because that's my default.
Yes.
My default is to procrastinate.
Good for you to know.
Yeah, it's really bad, because that's something that happened in school. I would be I'd come home from school and I only have 3 things of homework, but I'd be all right, it's so quick, I can get that done soon, I'll just play my game. And then I'd be I can keep playing my game, and then eventually I'm all right, it's too late to do homework.
I have a little of that too. I had to make a deal with my friend Michelle for Lent that I would get to my mail at the end of every month, regardless. If I do that, if I didn't do that, I couldn't be on my phone to read the New York Times. So that helped a lot, that discipline. But boy, did I procrastinate.
Yeah.
For years, I needed to make that deal with a friend of mine. And when I make a deal, I'm very good at following through. But to myself, not so good.
Yeah, that's been the same story for me, whether it's chores or working out or anything. I've been procrastinating, but I've been really good at motivating myself and kind of giving myself that kind of
Great,
which is something I was never good at, or I had small spurts. The only time I was good at them when I used to when I was a teenager, I'd get angry at something that has happened to me. I would be and I'd go into I'll show them mood.
Oh, what would be an example? Do you remember any?
I was much skinnier when I was younger, so a lot of your really skinny comments would make me this is actually kind of funny. I was also the weird kid. So I was like the skinny weird kid, and like I'd get a lot of those comments, and not bullying though. It's just like, you know, whatever. So I'd be like, all right, I'll show you, and like like we have weights and like basically like a mini, enough stuff to work out in our basement. So I would do that, and I remember, like, because I also like to show off like through like physical strength. I'd go to like the popular kids, and I'd be like, "You want to arm wrestle?" And I'd do that, and I don't know. I liked doing.
Oh, I was good at that when I was young. Oh, I love that. Oh, boy.
It was,
not anymore, but I loved it. Now, what about sports?
Sports. As a kid, I played basketball, but I was also very shy. I got into basketball because of the movie Space Jam, but then, like, my mom made me join basketball, and I found it, like, something about me playing with a bunch of random kids I didn't know, like, made me feel awkward. Yeah. So because of that,
same here.
I just didn't want to play.
I did play, but I was scared.
I was very scared.
Scared to miss a shot.
Yeah, exactly. But like we're like 7, 8 years old, so I don't know why I was taking it that seriously.
Right.
But yeah, I just didn't want to miss. So like eventually, I did that for like 4 or 5 years, and then eventually, like I think my mom said like, yeah, once you hit 10, like you don't have to do this anymore if you don't want to. So I was like, all right, I don't want to.
And any other sports?
Track.
Oh, a runner?
Yeah, I did, because that was always something that, and I was more open to doing that at the time. Now I kind of regret like that attitude towards things. Like I wish I kind of did it, even if I did feel uncomfortable.
Okay, basketball.
Yeah, but the one thing that like didn't require like me like having to be like, you know, like unlike basketball, like I don't gotta like dribble and like shoot and all that stuff. Even though I'm really good at it. Don't mess with me, because I'm really good at basketball today.
Oh, you are? Wow.
Yeah. But, yeah, for track, like, all I had to do was run fast, and I was always a fast runner. Like, I was always, like, the fastest, and I took pride in that. So, like, I did track for a year at CCSC. And then, I could have did it again, but I don't know why I didn't. I just wasn't, I didn't insert myself.
And entertainment, like I know you like movies like Puss in Boots.
Yes.
And what other movies have you liked over the years? And what other television have you liked over the years?
Alright, so some of my favorite movies, some of my favorite cartoon movies, Kung Fu Panda 2, Rango, Meet the Robinsons is really good.
And of course, there's a huge age gap. I know zero about what you're saying.
Oh my God, they're all so good.
And I would like things you never probably heard of, All in the Family, the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Yeah, I've never
heard of it. I love them.
But I did like watching shows like Tom and Jerry and the Flintstones growing up.
What about comedians? I love comedians.
Comedians? I had a comedian phase when I was a little younger, but I never got like I used to watch like stand up a lot on YouTube, but like after like a little bit I really wasn't, like nowadays I don't watch much stand up.
Oh, I love it. I love Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
I love, you probably don't even know these guys, John Oliver.
Yeah.
Nope. Jon Stewart. You don't have the same.
Jon Stewart's a name I heard, but
you know Dave Chappelle though, yes?
I know Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I think he's a genius.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. I used to watch.
Chris Rock was quite something.
Yeah, I watched. I guess it was stand up, like something he did the other day.
Oh, he did a stand up about being slapped.
Yeah. but it felt more like a rant, like an angry rant, than it felt like stand up.
Wasn't that funny?
It was sort of it had funny bits and pieces, but you can tell he was more like emotional than he was about,
Oh my, it's not so good.
joking about
That
it.
is not so good.
Yeah.
I've done stand up. I've done stand up.
Have you?
I've done stand up. I took a class
Oh.
in Boston Center for Adult Education, and then we went to the Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
That was the graduation of the class. And we each did 5 minutes. I got up and I said, relationships are hard, especially with other people. And people laughed.
Isn't that what you just said? Like
Yes.
a couple of,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
Way to re-reference that one, huh?
Yes. So I succeeded as a stand-up.
That's awesome.
I'd like to do another one. It's hard to do stand-up.
Yeah, I bet.
I did it with a friend. We went to open mic,
Mm-hmm.
my friend Joe Keenan, and you stand up in front of these strangers, and if they don't laugh, my friend Joe said, I knew it would be painful. I didn't know it would be this painful.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing a saxophone, you play for 5 minutes, they clap politely.
Yeah.
But when you do stand-up, if they don't laugh every 30 seconds, you're dead.
Yeah, like you gotta get the laugh.
Dead. It's one of the few art forms.
Yeah.
We have paintings in the CC. We have stuff on the walls here for quite a while.
Yeah.
And it's, nobody's embarrassed that people are liking it or not.
Yeah.
But stand-up is... But I want to do one on getting old. Because I just turned 82.
Yeah.
You're 1/4 my age.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was 20, oh my goodness. So, yes, I told my niece when she was hitting 21, this is a poem, which it will not be true of you. When I was 1 in 20, I heard a wise man say, give pounds and crowns and guineas, but not your heart away. Give pearls and diamonds and rubies, but keep your fancy free. But I was 1 in 20. No use to talk to me. So I told her and then the second part of it is, when I was 1 in 20, I heard him say again, the heart out of the bosom is never given in vain. It's paid with sighs aplenty. It's sold with endless rue. Now I am 2 and 20, and oh, 'tis true, 'tis true. He had his heart broken between 21 and 22.
Mm-hmm.
And I told that to my niece, and she said, Uncle Michael, that happened to me too.
I hope I don't have my heart broken.
Say that again?
I said I hope I don't have my heart broken.
No, it doesn't sound it. Sounds like you have a good woman friend.
Yeah, I'm having a pretty good time right now, so I don't.
That is huge. What is she doing?
Like for work or?
Yeah, sure.
Right now she does security, but I think she's gonna become, or well, fingers crossed, she's applying to become a bank teller at the TD Bank right next to her current job.
Oh. And how did you meet?
On Instagram, but we had each other on social media for a really long time prior to that.
Yes.
Which we found this out like a couple of months like after we first started dating, because we thought we first met. So I thought I first noticed her existence in 2021. But I think
Where did you notice?
I was just like on Instagram, and I think I was, like I said, I was putting myself out there, but like I was starting, I was going through a phase where I started to lose interest in a lot of people because I felt like it was never gonna go like right So I was like, you know what? It started coming down to the point where I was like, I'm probably not gonna waste my time even trying to talk to some of these people. But then she posted something, and I was like, oh, well, what the heck? Why not?
So what did you do?
She said, so the post was something about like, well, I know exactly what it is. I'm just trying to downplay it so I don't look so cheesy. But
I see.
the post, there's a video of this lady. Like after a picture of her, you swipe. There's a video of this lady, and she says, I'm no angel. I'm a witch. And then like, I did a play off of that, and I was like, well, if you're a witch, I'm a warlock or whatever. And then she responded, and then I was like, would you like to share like spells or whatever?
No.
Yeah.
And you got together?
And then we talked for a little bit. We didn't get
on
together.
On the phone or through you talked on the phone?
Yeah, we would text every once in a while. It was just back and forth flirting for like a couple of months, and then we started talking.
So you still haven't met her?
I still didn't meet her at that point.
Wow.
It was a long time of us like just kind of flirting with each other, but like not really doing anything with that. And then eventually she gave me her number, and then we started calling each other. And then later in November,
was last November?
No, November of 2021.
Yes.
That's when I seen her for the first time.
What did you do? Where did you see her?
We went to go see a movie. We went to see Spider-Man.
Oh, why?
Spider-Man? No, Eternals. We went to see Eternals first. That was the first movie we seen. And then after that, we went to the movies again. It was to see Spider-Man. But the first movie in our first date.
What was it like to just meet? We only have a minute to go. What was it like to meet her the first time?
Meeting her for the first time, it was.
I could see you smiling.
Yeah.
I would be scared. Good for you.
It was scary. I mean, yeah, I didn't know her, so like, I definitely had like some funny thoughts where I'd be like, imagine if she just like robs me. Like,
yeah. Oh, good. Yes.
Yeah, but it didn't go that way. She was beautiful, and we went to eat, and that was nice. And then we went to see the movie, and it was just a really good time overall.
Oh my!
We really enjoyed each other's presence.
And you've been together since then?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much